Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? My name's Tara, this is Sheldon, and you're watching day, help? 10 of Horrorween. This is another anthology. We're going to have 2 anthologies in a row because that's just how they landed. This one is weird, okay? Because the title that I found it under was 3 All Hallows Eve. So I naturally put it at the end of the All Hallows Eve series, but it's not. The actual title of it is Voices from the Grave. So I don't know what this mix-up is. It's just underground horror. You know the way things are sometimes.
Yeah.
Directed by, I have Lawrence Holloway and Richard Stout. I don't have any writers written down because it's a multitude. And it's starring Chris LaBadie, Michael Hanlon, and David Nelson. IMDb gave this a 4.0, and there's no scores on Rotten Tomatoes for audience or tomato meter.
There's probably a reason why.
There's a reason for that. But, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No,
this
exactly.
This is the type of movie that is a clear representation of watch it twice, because I watched it on my own, but it was while I was at stuff. Like, I was busy at stuff. It was a background movie.
Yes, I remember.
And I thought it was absolute garbage. Then we watched it, and it's not that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. So plot-wise, I'm going to try to keep this a little shorter. I've been getting very in-depth with these plots. I am not going to get so in-depth with the plots anymore, because why am I doing that? I don't know. When I figure out why I do the things I do, I'll let you know, okay?
Until then,
we're figuring this out as we go along. The wraparound is in a bookstore. There's a man looking for a horror book. He's a big horror fan.
He's looking for like the most twisted.
Yeah, he wants something really screwed up. He's read all Stephen King. He's read all Clive Barker. He's read all Lovecraft and everything. He wants something new and something good. This is what he gets. Is this
Tales from the Grave?
Voices from the Grave. Tales from the Grave is another movie.
Yes, I got that mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tales from the Grave is a compilation movie that actually has excerpts from other movies that they're trying to play off as anthologies because, anyway. There's a Dead Head the Living clip in it, and I don't know why, because I love Dead Head the Living. Anyway, that's the wraparound. Basically, at the end of all this, there's a bad guy in each segment. At the end of it all 3 bad guys show up in the backseat of his car. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the wraparound, right? The first segment is called All Hallows Eve, which is probably where they got, it's 3 segments, and the first one's called All Hallows Eve. 3. All Hallows Eve. See, sometimes I can figure stuff out. Not a lot. This one is about... Which one is this? Oh, it's a Halloween party. This is the only segment that has anything to do with Halloween, isn't it?
Yes, actually, that is true.
So it's a Halloween party, and a guy and his brother are there. I think they're supposed to be teenagers.
Something like that.
But these are clearly 30, 40-year-olds, clearly. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're younger, but they look my age. They really
When you
do.
watch the film, yeah.
I look younger than them, actually. Especially the older brother. But the way they're acting as if, like, because they live together and they're all turmoil because their parents died, which, fair. But, like, the older brother's responsible for the younger brother, and they also seem like
basically
adults.
The older brother is the parent, and the younger brother is...
But he's sick of bringing the younger brother around with him everywhere, and I don't know, the younger brother seems fine to me. He just seems like a dude. And he wants to go home, but he's drunk, and the older brother won't take him home. I forget the older brother's name, but the younger brother's name is Vince. He gets in a car accident on the way home. That's not a spoiler, because that's literally the opening. He gets a car accident and dies. Cut to 3 years later, isn't it?
Yes.
And Vince comes back and goes after the brother. That's all there is to it. The second segment is a man who apparently has trouble making friends. That he moved to this town on a job offer. He was gonna stay, but nobody wants to be his friend. He gets invited to this party where everybody knows him, and he doesn't know who anybody is, but everybody knows him by name. And it's really creepy, actually. This one actually has a little bit of a creep factor to it, because that would be creepy.
That would be, really. Like, when you think about it.
He doesn't know who's hosting the party. He finds out that the party is being hosted by Mary, who is a Lizzie Borden type situation.
Yes.
Yeah, she's just an axe-murdering ghost lady. And that's that one. And it's really funny because we have a store here in Canada. I do believe it's the equivalent of your Dollar Tree in America. It's called Dollarama. But I literally blurted out, bitch got a Dollarama axe, because the axe is plastic that she's going around with.
Not right.
And it looks like it came from the Dollarama, like, kids' toy section. It's really funny. You know, low budget is low budget. We'll give him that. But it's just the fact that I just sat there, bitch got a Dollarama axe. Third one is Repossessed. And it's a guy who needs a car.
Yes,
and he buys
that one is funny,
Corvette for $700. As someone who's bought a few vehicles in their life, like, if you see a Corvette for $700, question it.
Buddy phones him and he's like,
are you sure it's not 7,000 even?
No, it's 700.
Like $700.
And this car is in immaculate condition.
It's mint. It's a Corvette and it's mint. The only thing that don't work is the radio. This is basically... my description of it was Christine's second cousin Earl. This is Hillbilly Christine.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoyed this one. This one was fun.
It was a good segment.
And there was some good low budget gore, like where the intestines are a little bit too big, but still really there. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
That's it for that one. Actually, the rest that I got written down is the fact that Buddy went to his car after reading the book, and the ghost from the... Because the brother... the guy selling the car, sorry. His brother died. That's what it was. His brother died, and it was his brother's car, and he does like this spell thing to bring his brother back through the car, so his brother's haunting the car, and he's driving the car around and killing people. But it is basically Christine, but being driven by a hillbilly, and it's really funny. He listens to like metal and he reads horror books. I'm like, this guy could be my friend. This guy could be me. But the ghost from that, old Mary with the axe, and the younger brother with the jack-o'-lantern all show up in the car at the end. Our ratings, because this is where we do our little breakdowns and stuff like that, because this is an anthology movie. So, both of we agreed on a lot on this one. Both of our favorite segments were the invitation, the one where he goes to the party, because that was the spookiest one. Yes. And we had a good time with old Mary and her Dollarama axe. I thought that was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
She was going around chasing the egg. I'm like, yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but all the victims that are there, the people at the party, of course, are all her victims. They all have axes in their back when they turn around. But it's a regular wood axe, and when she has an axe, it's a double-bladed, like, battle axe, like, looking thing. So I was like, why does she have a different axe than the ones that's in everybody's back? Like, why does he get a special axe? Anyway, the worst segment for both of us was the wraparound, because it really wasn't anything.
There wasn't much involved with it. No. It was just, we're watching him just read the book.
Yeah, basically. He was reading the book. That's all there was to that. Quality-wise, you gave it a 4, I gave it a 5. Basically, they tried their best.
They did.
They tried their best with what they had. We'll give them that.
Like, I'm not saying we recommend you to watch it. Like,
no, it's not a good movie, but if you're into underground horror like we are, and you can have a good time with a movie like this, yeah, it's not offensive or anything. Like, I don't mean offensive, because I don't get offended very easy, but, like, offensively bad, you know? Yeah. Like, it's not something, oh my god, turn it the fuck off type thing. It's alright.
Yeah, you can sit down and watch it.
Yeah, you can sit down and watch it. I've watched some shit. As for Halloween feel to it, because we did judge it on that, you gave it a 1, I gave it a very generous 3, because the only segment that had anything to do with Halloween was the first one.
It was, yeah.
Now, it did have a lot to do with Halloween, which is why I gave it a 3, but not a whole lot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And scare factor, the creepiest one was the invitation, the one. A little bit the first one, the All Hallows Eve one, where the pumpkins in the window and stuff, but that was more goofy than scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, yeah. So we both gave it, I gave it a 4 and you gave it a 3.
Yeah.
So altogether, I gave it a 4 out of 10. You didn't like it half as much as I did. You gave it a 2.6 out of 10, which averaged out to 3.3 out of 10, which I do believe is the closest we ever came to getting the same score as IMDb that gave it a 4. There's not much to talk about with this. The effects are low budget, but passable. The acting's a little... The acting's not the greatest. That's one thing. The acting wasn't the greatest.
It's not the greatest.
They're trying, and I think it has more to do with the fact that the writing is a little bad.
They gave it their best effort.
Yeah. Like, there's a whole part in the first one that's in a Halloween store.
Mm-hmm.
And she, like, bought this guy a bag of candy to give out for trick-or-treaters, and she's, like, going out with this bag. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a little forced, but other than that, you know, the acting's a little bad. It's not the best quality, but yeah, 3, 4-ish out of 10, that's fair. That's pretty fair. So, if you think you'd like that kind of thing, I'd recommend it. If you do like low-budget stuff, sure. If you just like silly anthology movies as much as I do,
because
sure.
We've watched a lot worse than this.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Yes. Yes, I have. I have many of bad things behind me. So yeah, that's it for that one. We managed to keep it under 20 minutes. Look at that. And
Absolutely.
We will see you tomorrow, day 11, for a much better anthology movie called Volumes of Blood. Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.